Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure how many people have actually heard about this particular story, but we're going to talk about something that may or may not sit well with a lot of people's sensibilities. And I know that the family members that are involved with this story might not appreciate what I'm going to say, but I'm going to always be honest because we advocate for children first. And these two little girls that y'all see on my screen are about the most precious thing that I've ever seen. And I'm going to tell you guys why. The reason why I say that is because I know the value of a friendship between siblings. So shout out to my brother and my sister. But we didn't grow up being like really tight knit, so to say. I'm not really sure, why that is. Maybe we were just around each other too much. But we didn't get along as well as I wish we could have. I think it got better as we got more away from each other and kind of grew up and moved on. But I'm going to tell you, the friendship that I saw with these little girls right here, and I'm sure that the family can attest to this as well, is a very, very special thing. Okay? Now, here's the issue. A father and their father with a known history of domestic violence went on a rampage this past Friday and killed those two babies that y'all saw on my screen. These two girls. And I want y'all to look at that. Look at those pictures and y'all tell me, why would anybody hurt these two girls that seem to be so loving, so happy, so carefree, and just really, really just seem to be awesome human beings? Anybody who would hurt these children, there's a special place in hell for people like this. And you'll even agree with me even more when I tell you more details about this story, okay? Now, let me skip past some of these photos. Okay. The biological father's name is Aaron D. Williams, who is 32 years old from Columbus, Ohio, shot his two little girls with a gun in their apartment on the city's far west side. Shot these girls and killed them. But here's the catch. There was a huge catch. And the police, the news, nobody, and I think even there was some family members that actually tried to hide the biological father's identity. Now, what do you guys think about that? Do y'all think that's fair? Is that not fair? Because of what he did to these girls, I think anybody who hurts children should be exposed. So if you guys understand, that's mainly what I do here on this channel is my whole goal is to make sure that we give you guys a full synopsis of a story, and that includes showing pictures of people who we believe are guilty of doing something very heinous. So you're damn right, I waited until I got pictures of this dude, and it took me all day and all night yesterday of researching, going through emails, searching and searching and searching, and I eventually found pictures of Aaron D. Williams, who was 32 years old. Would you guys like to see a picture of the man who hurt those two babies? Those two babies that y'all see on my screen right there. I'm going to give you guys a picture of him. How about that? Let's go ahead and show you guys the demonoid, the individual who hurt those kids. That you are looking at is Aaron D. Williams, who was 32 years old. That guy. 32 years old. And this is the man that is responsible. You guys know that you should have been coming here for something special. And I think this is kind of special in a bittersweet kind of way. Because I'm going to just tell you, nobody had the ovaries and nobody had the cojones to put his image out there and show who it was that hurt these girls. And for the life of me, I don't understand why the hell they would hide it. Why would they hide this man's identity? It's beyond me. I don't get it. But I'm going to tell you guys this. Not every black man that hurts somebody or does something heinous is a thug. But I'm going to give you guys some details about this story that might actually confirm my thoughts and beliefs. Why I say hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Okay? There's a reason why I'm calling this man a thug. Now, officers were called out to their block at around 10:22 p.m. on Friday when neighbors heard arguing between, I'm assuming, was the mom and that guy, the dad. Police did not manage to get there in time, and as they arrived, they heard gunshots ring out only to find 6-year-old Elise Williams and her 9-year-old sister, Ava Williams, had been shot. Their father, Aaron D. Williams, was also found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, according to Columbus Dispatch. So that means that he hurt these innocent babies who could not speak for themselves, nor could they defend themselves against the tyranny of their own father. But for him not to stand for the cowardice thing that he did, he took the coward's way out and shot himself. Rather than walk away, be a real man and walk away from the situation, no, we got to go hurt people. And we're going to go hurt the most innocent people in this entire situation. He's mad at the mom, but you take it out on those two princesses right there. It's absolutely disgusting, and I want y'all to see this. That's how much those girls loved each other. Y'all see this? That is probably the most awesome sibling picture that I have seen in a very long time. That picture right there. These girls loved each other, and this really, really is so sad. Now, the girls were taken to Ohio Health Doctors Hospital, but both of them passed away shortly after midnight within a half hour of each other. The girls were just so bright and full of energy, said Erica Osborne, who was a family friend, and I actually have a video of her, and we'll let you guys listen to what she has to say. She said, every time I knocked on the door to drop off a meal or pick up one or pick one up, they would come running. The first thing they tell you is that they love you. I just cannot believe that they're gone, said Osborne. They were a part of a loving family, and this was very unexpected. From every angle, we could tell their father loved them. I want y'all to bookmark that part of her statement. She said from every angle that she could tell, their father loved these girls. I just can't imagine. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he was able to do this to them. To lose everybody in one night, Osborne says, I can't believe it. Our hearts break for their devastated mother and all of them all who loved them, Columbus Police Chief Quinlan said in a statement on Saturday. Now, let me show you guys a photo of the mom, because I think I have her photo in here as well. I actually had a group photo of them, which is, this is one of them, which I really like that picture right there. Really cool picture. Let me see. This one right here. Just probably about the most innocent picture you could have. And again, you know, I don't mean any malice or any ill intent towards the mom, but I like that picture right there. The girls are eating ice cream together. They look like a beautiful group of people. Okay, now the mother's name is, let me see if I can find it. I think I have it here. The mother's name, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me find it. The mother's name is Venetia S. Kirkland. Okay, so that's the mother on the far right-hand side. Just to let you guys know. But here's the catch. I have some information on the contrary that is going to prove that this man is not a loving father that just snapped one day, but yet somebody who has a long criminal history and a violent tendency. Are you guys ready for that? And if you guys are listening to the sound of my voice right now, do me a favor and click that thumbs up. For every one person that's watching, we need that many thumbs up. So if you guys will just look down for a moment, please click that thumbs up. It'll help share the stream and let more people know that we're live so you can help us that way. Very, very easy thing to do, okay? Here's the catch. This is an allegation. I'm not saying that this absolutely happened, but I want you guys to just think about this. I was told this message. I was given this message that the father has argued and put his hands on the other kids in the family back in the day. He has argued and put his hands on kids in their family circle for simple things like the kids would beat him like playing the Xbox video game, right? And he would snap on the kids and try to actually fight them. He literally hit his daughter's mother's little brother in the jaw because he walked in front of the TV while they were, I guess, playing a video game. Most of the family stayed away from him up until he committed suicide. He also had an obsession with guns. He had a lot of guns. Now, that's here nor there, but I'm just throwing it out there because we're at this point, okay? He was a recluse and he acted tough. He told us that when he lived in Jersey, that him and his brother would fist fight until blood was drawn. But something was very wrong with him, and he wouldn't let the girls come to sleepovers, only parties for a short amount of time. They would always have to rush home for no reason, and he tried to act like he was a good person, but he was mean, just to be honest. And here's another thing. From what I understand, is that he also has, let me see if it's in here, because I'm not sure if it's in here. Let me see. I think he also has a criminal record, if I'm not mistaken, from 2018, but we'll hold on to that point. If I'm not mistaken, I do think that he has a criminal record, if I'm not mistaken, from 2018. Actually, you know what? It's in this other document. Let me pull this up real quick. Y'all give me a moment. Give me a moment. We're doing this on the fly. We're doing this while we're live. Yes. Here we go. Court records reviewed by the Dispatch show that Williams had a previous domestic violence charge by Columbus police on September the 7th of 2018 with intent to harm and assault. He pleaded guilty in October of 2018 to a reduced charge of disorderly conduct under a plea agreement. So he pled it down to get the charges lowered and was given a 3-day suspended sentence. Osborne said that she couldn't comment on the relationship except that Friday's gruesome news came as a shock. They also have a GoFundMe page up, which I'll show you guys that here in a minute. Let me see if I have the GoFundMe screenshot, and I do. Here's the GoFundMe, and you guys know how I feel about the GoFundMe. But funeral for 2 young girls murdered, Ava and Elise. They are asking for public crowdfunding for $50,000, and the person who organized this, her name is Erica Osborne, which you guys can see down there at the bottom, is the person organizing this on behalf of the mother, Venetia. $50,000, and they're right now at about $22,000. But you guys know how I feel, is maybe there might not be a need for GoFundMe if we had life insurance, which every human being should have life insurance. So I know people tell me like babies are too young, newborn babies are too young to get life insurance, even though they're not, because you can go to gerberlife.com and you can get life insurance on them. But I'm sure somebody out there is going to tell me that I'm wrong for saying that these girls at their ages were too young to have life insurance, or that the mother may not could have afforded it. 6 years old and 9 years old. If we couldn't afford it for one child and we bring another child into this world, then that means we twice as much can't afford life insurance. So why would we continue to keep doing this to ourselves, knowing how costly it is to take care of these babies? Now, some people might not agree with my thoughts on that, but like I say, every individual should have life insurance. That is not what GoFundMe is for. GoFundMe is not a supplement to push off on the rest of society and say, if we have a death in our family, y'all feel bad for us and y'all take care of it. Everybody's family should take care of their own final expenses. That's my personal opinion, all right? But let me go ahead and show you guys the fair usage, and I'll let you guys take a look at the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And no, I don't want to hear anybody tell me how expensive life insurance is when you go to gerberlife.com, when we have people in the chat, since they've watched my show, have actually gotten life insurance just because I've encouraged people to do so. And they'll actually tell you that it ain't that damn expensive. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get it.
A double murder-suicide, 2 young girls killed by their father on New Year's Day. These are photos of 6-year-old and 9-year-old Elise and Ava Williams. Here you're looking. Police originally called to the scene of a domestic dispute on Muirwood Village Drive, then were sent to a home on Danwood Drive where they heard several gunshots. Once inside, police say they found 2 girls with gunshot wounds, and the suspect, 32-year-old Aaron Williams, suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The suspect, the father of the 2 girls, died at the scene. The 2 children were rushed to Doctors West, where they were later pronounced. And tonight we are learning more about those 2 little girls who were killed. NBC4's Eric Halperin is live tonight in Columbus. Eric, what have friends and family members been telling you about Elise and Ava Williams?
Jennifer, family and friends I've been talking to say it's still too soon to talk about this, as they're still processing everything that has gone on, trying to process that. But their mom says those girls were extremely special. And here are those pictures again of 6-year-old Elise Williams and her sister, 9-year-old Ava. Her mom shared these pictures with us, and she told me about a special relationship her daughters had, saying they were each other's favorite people in the world. She says they slept in each other's arms every night, loved fashion, drawing, and watching movies together, and had such positive outlooks on the world. Neighbors we talked with this afternoon also did not want to talk on camera, but also mentioned how sad this is. Some say they didn't hear anything overnight, but woke up, saw the crime scene tape, later learned about what happened, and say it is heartbreaking. Now, police are still investigating this. If you have any information, you're asked to call Columbus Police. Live and local for you in Columbus, I'm Eric Halperin, NBC4.
All right, Eric, thank you so much. Columbus Police Chief Tom Quinlan released a statement on the difficulties that officers face when dealing with cases like this. It reads in part, quote, "Overnight, our officers responded to a horrific tragedy. 2 little girls, 6 and 9 years old, shot to death by their father, who then took his own life. Our hearts break for their devastated mother and all who loved them. This morning, I'm not only thinking of them, but the officers impacted by this trauma. Behind every badge is a human, a mother, a father, sister, or brother. And while we have a job to do, a job we signed up for, we hurt too. We grieve with these families. I'm working to make sure the officers who responded to this call have all the support they need."
Tonight, a family is grieving the loss of these 2 girls. Columbus police say they were shot by their own father. Thanks so much for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Brittany Bailey. 10 TV's Stephanie Stanovich talked to family members as they began to process this heartbreak.
Brittany, I've been messaging with the mother of the 2 young girls and their grandmother, the father's mother. As you can imagine, the family is just devastated.
From the girls' mother, she says they were each other's favorite people in the whole world. They slept in each other's arms every night. They loved Roblox, fashion, drawing, and watching movies. They had such positive outlooks of the world. The tragedy happened Friday night on Danwood Drive near Norton Road and Hall Road. Columbus police say officers were called there for a domestic dispute. Police say when officers arrived, they heard gunshots coming from the home. officers found the 2 young girls shot inside. Elise Williams, who just turned 6 on Christmas Day, and 9-year-old Ava Williams. The girls were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. The girls' father, Aaron Williams, was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and was pronounced dead at the scene. The girls' grandmother, Aaron Williams' mother, told us, quote, "I love my son, my granddaughters, and their mother with all of my heart. I was unaware of any issues that would lead up to him taking his children's lives than his own."
We also heard from Columbus Police Chief Thomas Quinlan, who says their heart breaks for their devastated mother and all who loved them. We have more of his statement on our website at 10tv.com. For now,
I know there's people asking in the chat. You guys are asking, y'all want to know where the mom was? Because I actually do have a speculative answer as to where the mom was at the time that this happened. Now, I think you guys will find that very interesting, so you might want to stick around. Also, again, don't forget to click that thumbs up, please. Please share this story. I'll tell you guys here right after these videos.
reporting in Columbus, Stephanie Stanovich, 10TV News.
Well, police are still investigating the shooting, and when asked about the violence, Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther told 10TV, quote, "As a father of a 10-year-old girl, my heart breaks at the news of the deaths of 2 young girls at the hand of their father." He went on to say, last night's tragic events demonstrate that law enforcement is not always the answer. Now, Mayor Ginther has said in the past that he believes law enforcement alone cannot solve all of the issues residents may face, and that is why he wants to bring on social workers, mental health experts, and addiction specialists to work alongside officers in certain situations. Ginther denied our request for an on-camera interview. You can read his full statement, though, on 10tv.com. Today, a family is mourning after 2 young lives were lost to gun violence. Police say the sisters were killed on New Year's Day.
They were not lost to gun violence. They were lost to thug violence. Thug violence, not gun violence. Let's keep going.
By their own father. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Brittany Bailey. Columbus police say after the man killed his 2 daughters, he then died by suicide. 10TV's Stephanie Stanovich talked with the family today and is live with more. Stephanie.
Brittany, good evening. I have been in touch with the mother of Aaron Williams, the father. She says that she was unaware of any issues that would lead to this. She says she's devastated. She loves her son, her granddaughters, and their mother. I have been messaging with the mother of the 2 girls, who tells us they were each other's favorite people in the whole world. They slept in each other's arms every night. They loved Roblox, fashion, drawing, and watching movies. They had such positive outlooks of the world. Now, police say officers...
I know there are people saying that I don't know the full story. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Nobody will ever know the full story. Not even the people in the chat are saying that I don't know the full story. Even you don't know the full story. Okay? So let's just say that, like, I hate it, and shout out to Tommy, because I know he talks about this a lot when people try to use these things when they say not all, right? It's never going to be all. You're never going to know every detail. It's never, like, there is nothing that is absolute, nothing that is finite, nothing that is complete and absolute. Do we understand that now? Because I know it's some slow people in the chat who are slower than a bottle of molasses that have been left out in the snow for too long. Jeez. Come on, man. Damn. Unless you can tell me what I've said that is factually inaccurate, just kick back and listen to the commentary. God, dog. Let's go.
Were called to a domestic dispute on Danwood Drive near Norton Road and Hall Road.
Those are the same type of people that don't want to give you no information, but want to tell you that every damn thing you say is wrong. How about you shut your mouth until you volunteer some information that you know? I didn't get no email from you in there in the chat talking crap, but it's okay. Let them speak, because I'm still going to tell you guys what we believe the mother did and where she was. I'm still going to say it. Let's go.
world. They slept in each other's arms every night. They loved Roblox, fashion, drawing, and watching movies. They had such positive outlooks of the world. Now, police say officers were called to a domestic dispute on Danwood Drive near Norton Road and Hall Road around 10:20 Friday night. When officers got there, they heard gunshots coming from a home. Two young girls were found shot inside, 6-year-old Elise Williams and 9-year-old Ava Williams. They were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. Police say the girl's father, Aaron Williams, was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, Columbus Police Chief Thomas Quinlan released a statement today saying, quote, "Our heart breaks for their devastated mother and all who loved them." For now, reporting live in Columbus, Stephanie Sanovich, 10 TV News.
Stephanie, thank you. Well, police are still investigating that shooting, and when asked about the violence, Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther told 10 TV, quote, "As a father of a 10-year-old girl, my heart breaks at the news of the deaths of these young girls at the..."
Let's skip that. Now, let me let you guys listen to the friend. And like I said, I reached out to as many family members as I could. Nobody wanted to seem to talk. So I did the best that I could to try to put a comprehensive story together. And I think I did a pretty damn good job. But let y'all hear from the woman who actually created the GoFundMe account, which is this individual here. Okay, here we go.
Hi, my name is Erica Osborne, and I just wanted to take the time out to thank every last person who contributed to the GoFundMe for Ava and Elise. This is definitely a very hard time for Venetia, and seeing the community come together to support her is very heartwarming. Just because Ava and Elise touched the heart of so many people, it is just so good to see people return that love. So whether you just shared the post, the link, whether you sent prayers, whether you contributed money, we are very grateful for that, and we definitely appreciate, even though knowing that everyone's going through their own tough times as well, we definitely appreciate everyone just supporting the family and Venetia during this time. Continue to keep her and her family and the responders, as well as the hospital staff, in your prayers. This is definitely a horrific trauma, and just hearing it is heartbreaking. So just knowing that the people that were around that fought for their lives, we just definitely appreciate it, and our prayers go to you as well. Thank you so much.
And I want y'all to know, and shout out to her, that lovely young lady right there. Mainly she just, putting that out there to advertise the GoFundMe, which is fine. Like I said, they've got about halfway there to their $50,000 crowdfunding campaign in order to give the mom. But let me say this, because people are saying that I don't have my facts correct. Let me ask you guys a question. For the people who are saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, is it true or is it false that court records actually showed that this man had a previous domestic violence charge against him on September the 7th of 2018? Do you guys think I just dug that out of my rear end and decided to just sling it on the show? You guys think I'm just saying that for no reason? Is that false information? Is it also false or true, the fact that family members, no matter who it is, but there are family members who are saying that they also witnessed this man being violent, not only to them, but to other children? Huh? Is that a lie? Or is it just the fact that you have these 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 incidents where this man just happened to be a violent asshole? Was he only violent just these times? Or is a violent person always a violent person? A person who commits domestic abuse, always an abuser? Matter of fact, let me say this for the people who are saying that I got my facts wrong. Let me share a little bit of information with some of you guys Some of the ladies may or may not know this. I know I have some ladies in my chat and some ladies that watch my show that have actually lived through an abusive relationship, and some of them actually survived their violent relationships. And the majority of them actually agree with the things that I say on my channel. The majority of it. And it is best to expose people like this when they're violent and expose the fact that it's not a good pattern of behavior to not only for you to live in, but for you to put your kids around. Now, what about that was a lie? Maybe some of y'all haven't been through a violent, controlling situation, or maybe been in a situation where you've been actually afraid to leave a man. Because let me tell you guys a little something extra. Based on what I understand and based on my sources, this individual, Mr. Aaron, told the mother that if she ever left him, that he would kill her. Let's back that up. Back it up like a U-Haul truck. Let's back it up. I'm going to keep his picture up here for a moment. That individual that you guys see on my screen right there, 32-year-old Aaron D. Williams, told the biological mother of those girls that if she ever left him, he was going to kill her. So here's what I understand to be the facts. From what I understand is that the mom had to flee from the house because he was trying to murder her. She had to flee the house because he was actively trying to murder her. Because I want you guys to remember this little bitty small detail that they said in the news stories that some of y'all aren't going to pay attention to. But DJ Just Jay has been doing this long enough that I catch these little small details. Even though my comprehension skills ain't that high, I don't listen very well. I definitely don't grasp everything, but I did catch this. The neighbors said that they heard somebody arguing. They heard him and the mom arguing. They heard them arguing. Next thing you know, gunshots are going off. Doesn't that sound like the mom might have fled? Because she didn't get shot. She didn't get, she didn't get shot like her kids got shot. The kids were stuck there and they were probably scared. And he shot and killed those girls, and then he turned around and shot himself. Because he thought with him shooting the girls that it was going to hurt the mom. His ultimate goal was to hurt the mom. So if you guys will look up and just do a little bit of research on how domestic violence actually works in relationships, then most experts will tell you that's exactly why this man did what he did. It wasn't to necessary that he hated the girls. He wanted to hurt the mom because he's emotional like a bitch. But let me say this, because some people might think that it's in bad taste, in real bad taste, for me to say that the mom maybe should have stayed there to defend her children. That might be in bad taste to say that. So I'm just not going to say that the mom should have stayed there to defend her kids, even though I know a lot of moms and dads that would stay there to defend their kids. But like I say, I've never stared down the barrel of a gun before. You know what? Actually, I have. I actually have before. And I stared down the barrel of a gun to save my brother and sister at one point in time when I was a kid. Believe it or not. So, I'm not going to say that, and I'm not saying that the mom was wrong. I'm not calling the mom selfish. I'm saying the mom was scared, and the mom probably didn't know what to do. The mom was stuck and didn't know how to get out of this relationship. Because from what I understand, everybody in the family was scared of that dude. Everybody was. So I want y'all to imagine that. Dude got a lot of guns, and everybody's afraid of him. Every man, woman, and child in that family was afraid of him. Okay? So can we blame a person for being scared? I don't think so. I don't think we can blame a person for being scared. The difference between courage and not is just simply the choice that you make. And not everybody has the guts and the courage to literally end their own life and put their life on the line in order to save somebody else, especially their own children. It's a hard thing to ask people to do. But that's also why I believe that it's important to have the dynamic of biological mother and biological father together in holy matrimony in a marriage. Then they bring children into the world, and then that man should be there to protect his family. Not like what this fool did and abused his family, confused his family, and made his family afraid of him. That's what he did. I'm not calling the mom anything. What I am saying is that she was a victim, and so were those girls, at the hands of a man that she chose to lay down with. He is the problem. Now, here's my problem. Even with this man being dead, I thought it was real funny how that man's mom, how that man's relatives, how that man's family members and friends, not one single person put one fucking photo up of him. I want y'all to think about that for a moment. So it seems like people were always making an excuse and constantly making an excuse for this man's behavior and who he was and all of that stuff, which is why he never changed his behavior, because he was never held accountable for any damn thing that he's done. He's always been enabled to do certain things. And I think that's indicative because not one single person put his pictures out there. And matter of fact, when this happened, people actually went through a really far length to actually go through and delete his Facebook, delete his posts, delete his pictures, and try to hide his identity. It's one thing for something tragic to happen, and it's a whole nother thing to try to protect the identity of a fucking criminal. To me, that just don't sit right with me. Any man, any human being, you look at these girls, and I want y'all to remember that we are the AFC, where we advocate for children first. I'm here for these girls. I'm talking about this because of these girls. Don't get it twisted. My focus and my point is for these babies, these girls. I am a father to a girl, a young lady. And I find it absolutely disgusting that people will watch this and they'll forget about the fact that everything that I'm talking about revolves around these two girls who could not speak for themselves, nor could they defend themselves, and they loved each other very much. These girls could have grown up and become anything in life, and they were robbed of that opportunity by their biological father. Let me show you guys a screenshot, because this is also where I got some of my information. Let me see if I can show y'all this, because it was posted on Facebook. So this one I can talk about. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me show y'all this. There was a person in the comment section talking about this situation, and they said they were separated and they didn't have weekends. They had an argument, and she had run from him because he threatened to kill her. And when she ran, he killed his daughters instead, and then himself. Can we get a hashtag not my words in the chat? Hashtag not my words. I have highlighted for you guys and showed y'all who actually said it. This person named Malikia, I can't pronounce that. Malikia said that the mom and dad had an argument. She ran because he threatened to kill her, and when she ran, he went for the girls. Keep in mind, one of the neighbors also said they heard arguing between the adults. So it seems like this would actually confirm what I just said, that the mom actually ran because he threatened her life. This dude was a thug, and when I say hashtag you date thugs, you date death, it's a very real thing. And I don't know how many stories we're going to have to do here in 2021. We're going to continue to keep talking about these violent ass dudes that these women are choosing to be in relationships with, choosing to procreate with, choosing to continue to keep digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper that they can't get out. And for the life of me, I don't understand how we could say people are strong and people are the most educated in the United States of America when they continue to show weakness and not being quite so educated. I think words are very important. And I think we need to be very careful when we use those words to describe a whole group of people. Okay? Because I think this situation just shouldn't have happened for a lot of different reasons, okay? I'm going to just leave it at that. Normally, I would go in on my commentary, but guess what? I don't want my whole damn channel flagged down just because of my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Leave your opinions right now. What do you guys think? What do you guys think as far as the dad killing himself, being a coward? What do y'all think about the fact that the family members were actually trying to hide his photos so we wouldn't know who he was? To those two girls, let me see if I can get one of my favorite pictures of them up here. See if I can find it. I like that one, but I really like this one too. To those two girls, put some respect on their name. Elise Williams and Ava Williams, young princesses, R.I.P. R.I.P. I'm DJ Just J, where the AFC, where we advocate for children first. Please don't get mad at my words. Get mad at the behavior of the people that are doing the things that I end up having to talk about. Put your vitriol and anger towards the abuse and murder of children, because it has to stop. 2021 we should be able to end this together, okay? Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that thumbs up to share the stream, okay? Now, I think I said everything that I had to say about that particular story. I do have one more story if you guys have some time to listen to it. Do you guys got a few minutes for me? We have, oh shoot, I can't even see how many people are watching. How many people are watching? I don't know. Let's go ahead and get this next story up. 671. Guys, we need 400 thumbs up. We only need 40 more people to click that thumbs up. We've got more than enough people here to do it. So if y'all would, please click that thumbs up. We're here to talk. Ooh, man, look at that boy's head right there. Big long eraser head looking ass. Let me get these videos up. Are they gonna work? Okay, there we go. All right, I got one more story I want to tell you guys, if you don't mind. Matter of fact, let me give a shout out to a couple people real quick, because I know y'all have donated. I know I haven't read it just yet. So you always got time. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for those who have time to hear. I got one more story for you guys. Now, for the people who donated, I'm going to shout you out right now. And let me say thank you real quick. Who is this inboxing me? I don't know why people want to inbox me when I finally decide to go live. But y'all got to hold on a moment. I think that's one of my riding buddies. You got to hold on there, buddy. Let me say thank you if you're listening to Bethany Fury. Thank you to Lynn Eversley. Thank you to Patricia Modique. Thank you. Oh, wow. Look at that. Thank you also. Let me make sure I can say your name. Rochelle Mason, if you're listening, I want to say thank you to you. I think that might be a first-time donor. And sent a really cool thing called a gift inside of PayPal, which is really dope. It shows like a little picture and stuff. Thank you also to Jimmy D and Cash App. Thank you also to Cherie Harp, if you're in the chat still. My brother Dre the Dream and the Cash App. Vicky Crawford. Let me see. Let me see if I can read that. Charlene G said you're a new member. Thank you very much. Those are the people who have donated so far. And if you guys want to, then you can donate. The links are in the description box. Let's talk about this baby that y'all see on my screen. Because this story is just as bad. How many of you guys have heard of a place called Portsmouth, Virginia? I said Portsmouth. Portsmouth. My apologies. I wrote that wrong. Read that wrong. Portsmouth, Virginia. Have y'all heard of that? Yep. I'll update it here in a minute. Portsmouth, Virginia. Let's talk about this. Let's start it about here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about these funny looking individuals on my screen from a place called Portsmouth, Virginia. Portsmouth, VA. And these are 3 suspects that have been identified, arrested, and charged with the death of a 7-year-old little girl. And they say that it's the white man that I should fear. But it's always my own kind, people that share my skin color, my skin hue, that are always doing the most heinous and most messed up stuff to us, to each other. The 3 funny looking individuals that y'all see on my screen, Trayvon Avery, Antonio Taylor, Antonio, I guess it's Antonio Taylor, and Avery Setzer, are 3 black men who have been arrested for killing one of the future queens, a little 7-year-old princess. How about that? Do y'all find that hard to believe? Do y'all think it's a conspiracy? Huh? Do y'all think it's because somebody dropped guns off into their backyard and they just couldn't help themselves but to go kill a 7-year-old girl? Huh? I don't understand the reason for this, but let me tell you guys the story. All 3 of these suspects in the shooting death of a Portsmouth 7-year-old girl have been arrested. The 3 suspects in the case, police say they're all charged. Every single one of them are charged with first-degree murder and malicious wounding in connection to killing a 7-year-old girl. Let me see if I can get that baby's face up here real quick. Look at this little princess right here. That is 7-year-old Milani L. Everett, 7 years old. 7 years old. And they also maliciously wounded a man. Portsmouth police say that 23-year-old Avery LaQuinn Setzer of Petersburg was arrested Sunday night. 25-year-old Antonio Jamal Taylor was also arrested Sunday, and 21-year-old Trayvon Deontay Avery of Portsmouth was arrested Tuesday by the Portsmouth Police Department Fugitive Apprehension Unit and the Special Investigations Unit. Now, anybody who has more additional information about this case is asked to call the crime line at 1-888-1888. I said that right. Lock You Up, or 888-562-5887. So I'm going to assume that the girl was not the target. They were aiming for what it sounds like a man. That I'm assuming that this little girl was either with or around or nearby or something like that. And she ended up catching a stray bullet because these 3 dudes was just randomly shooting, and they are such bad shots that not only did they miss their intended target, but they caused a baby to die because they killed the little girl. But let me let y'all hear the news footage on this. I can't do this, man. Let's go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
New information this evening in a double shooting in Portsmouth. Police told us today that the 7-year-old victim has died. Milani Everett passed away Thursday. A little girl and a 28-year-old man were in separate cars when someone shot them Tuesday afternoon near Portsmouth Boulevard and Truxtun Avenue. Today, detectives identified 3 suspects they're looking for in this deadly double shooting. Trevon Avery, Antonio Taylor, and Avery Setzer face first-degree murder and malicious wounding charges.
Thanks, Jeff. We have new information now on a double shooting in Portsmouth that has a 7-year-old girl in critical condition. That child and a 28-year-old man were in separate cars when they were shot. Police tell us they believe someone in a third car fired shots at them, striking both. Investigators are looking for this car, described as a gold 1999 to early 2000s model Acura. This happened near Portsmouth Boulevard and Truxtun Avenue just before 2:30 this afternoon. If you have any information on this shooting, call Crime Line 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP.
Camera, thank you. New information in the double shooting that killed a 7-year-old girl. Portsmouth police have now arrested all 3 suspects. 21-year-old Trevon Avery, 25-year-old Antonio Taylor, and 23-year-old Avery Setzer face murder and malicious wounding charges. Now, this is for last week's double shooting near Truxtun Avenue and Portsmouth Boulevard. 7-year-old Milani Everett succumbed to her injuries on Christmas Eve. The second victim, a 28-year-old man, is expected to recover. Investigators say the victims were in cars when they were shot by people in a third car. It happened last Tuesday.
Well, now to developing news out of Portsmouth. Police have arrested 23-year-old Avery Setzer of Petersburg for the murder of 7-year-old Milani Everett. Everett died Christmas Eve after she and a 28-year-old man were shot on Truxtun Avenue last week. The police believe Everett and the man were in separate cars when the suspects opened fire from a third car. Police are still searching for 2 other suspects in the shootings, 21-year-old Trevon Avery and 25-year-old Antonio Taylor. If you know anything that could help police find them, give the Crime Line a call.
And just to let you guys know, they've already caught all 3 of them. They've all been arrested. But like I say, man, I mean, you just can't be that dumb. And then you look at this big eraser head looking ass dude right here. So funny head, squash head looking ass boy right here. Oh, cucumber head looking ass. Let me stop. Dang, and then they show a bigger picture of his head. Lord have mercy. Like, it's just like, over the valley and through the woods, big head having ass. But that, man, it's just, what is all of this about? What is it for, and why was it so important that those 3 men in their early 20s decided their lives weren't worth anything at all, and whoever it was that they were trying to murder and kill, they were going to do that at the behest of themselves. And not only did they miss, 3 of them missed, and they killed a baby, a 7-year-old girl, for nothing. She couldn't speak for herself, nor could she defend herself against the tyranny of her local neighborhood thugs. And this is part of why I say we need to take a stand and how we raise these young men, because I'm going to tell y'all, they didn't value their own lives. They don't value their lives because they don't value themselves, because they didn't grow up with an image of what they should grow up into becoming, a father, right? An example of what they should be. Didn't have that in the home. So since they didn't value themselves, they're going to go out into the world and they're not going to value anybody else. They've proved that. Life in prison sounds about right. Like I say, if people get life in prison and there's no chance of them for getting parole, I don't even know why we would continue to waste our tax dollars on idiots like this. The world will be better without them. Why do we need to spend our tax dollars housing them in prison forever? That just don't make any sense. But nonetheless, to that little girl that passed away, there wasn't a whole lot of details. I didn't hear any of her family come out and speak or anything like that, but I was able to find the baby's picture. That's one of the final pictures that I found of her, and that one's definitely one of the ones I like the best because it shows her smiling, it shows her happy, and it shows her being more than anything just a normal 7-year-old girl. She couldn't speak for herself nor defend herself, and she could have grown up and became anything. And at the end of the day, I hope that we could start valuing our babies. That's the point of my channel, is for us to turn the tide in this war for our babies. And let's try to get these babies in safe hands, create them in safe situations, safe environments, and let's protect them with our lives, because they got to be able to grow up and become something, okay? But this is your boy DJ Just J with the AFC, where we advocate for children first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys and thank you guys so much for listening to the story. And that's going to end this stream. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, please. But again, young princess Melanie L. Everett, 7 years old. R.I.P. Princess. R.I.P. I want to thank you guys so much for coming through and listening. If you guys, we got 600 people who are listening right now. If you guys haven't subscribed already, if that subscribe button is still red, make sure you click it, subscribe. Also, you can click the bell icon if you guys want to know anytime that I go live. I don't go live every single day because we generally will rely on, if something's happening, we'll talk about the stories that are happening in the news and when people email me at the afcmatters@gmail.com. But for that reason, for y'all who are not getting notifications, make sure you click that bell, turn on notifications. Also, for the YouTube app itself in your device, you have to make sure that YouTube doesn't have the notifications disabled. Because if you've disabled notifications from the app, then my channel is not going to notify you. So again, we still got about 35% of people who aren't subscribed that watch our videos on a daily basis. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, okay? From my heart to yours, I love you. Thank you guys so much for joining the chat, becoming channel members. Click that $sign. There's a join icon. You can join the channel. Thank you to Leanne Engel. That's actually your second $20 donation. And I want to say thank you very much. So thank you for your hard work. Always 100% truth. And I want to say thank you, not only for your donation, Leanne, but thank you for always showing love. As a matter of fact, if you'll type in the chat, Leanne, you'll see something special by your name there. As you've been doing that for a while, just 2020. And I got to thank you so much for always finding it in your heart and in your budget to donate. And I thank you so much for that. Everybody else who donated in the super chat, I thank you. Thank you to the people who are on Patreon. I thank all of you guys. You only do it one time a month. Very easy to do. You could just set it and forget it, which is really, really easy to do, okay? But thank all of you guys, and y'all have a great night. If y'all need some good music, I have free music on the channel that you guys can actually download. Make sure you guys look up Kurt Dog's album, OG Music. Real free music, real good music. Make sure y'all check that out. Shout out to my brother Kurt Dog. Y'all have a great night. Thank you also to the last Cash App that came in, which was from Brittany Teague. Said, for the babies, hashtag AFC Matters. So Brittany, if you're listening, just got your Cash App. So thank you very much. If y'all need anything from me, just holler at me. Y'all got my email. Y'all have a great night. Peace. Check out our sponsors, by the way.
Nora's Authentic Designer has some of the most glamorous and stylish handbags your girl has ever seen. So ladies, if you want to get fly, and fellas, if you want to take care of your lady, please be sure to go to www.noras915.com.
Hello everyone. Hello.
www.noras915.com. That's right, www.noras915.com.
Hello, listeners. Come mask up.
I'm gonna see if I can squeeze this in here. This is actually Make This Go Viral's new commercial. Let me see if I can get this in real quick.
Hello everyone, I am so excited about my Make This Go Viral logo shirt that I got in today. I wanted to share it with you guys. If you are interested in getting one of these shirts and supporting the channel, you can go to www.sayitwithchess.com and put in your order to support the channel. They are true to size. This is an extra large I have on. It's fitting really well. It's long. I like my shirts to fit over my butt. So it fits exactly how I like it. So go ahead and check us out, man. I love it. Hello, listeners. Come mask up with Keyline Designs, where you reap what we sow. We offer essential, handcrafted face masks made with 100% cotton, equipped with a built-in filter and a slot for refillable filters. Our masks have many uses like riding motorcycles, ATVs, while out in public places, outside exercising, lawn and gardening, and helps prevent the spread of germs. We offer bling, sports logos, monograms, many assorted fabrics and colors. We make child-size masks starting at the age of 2. Come take advantage of our 4 masks for $21 at www.keylinedesigns.com. Buy any 3 masks and get the 4th one completely free. Again at www.keylinedesigns.com.